Junie B, first grader, Boo, and I mean it. Chapter 7, Dumb Cinderella. After we left grouchy Mrs. Morty's, we went to the rest of the houses on our street. I got raisins and a pencil and a box of trail mix. I said thank you to all those people. This is the fibbingest day of my life, I told Mother. At the end of the block, we turned the corner. And then wowee wow wow, I saw 2 trick-or-treater girls coming my way. It was Cinderella and her fairy godmother. I couldn't resist myself, I tell you. I made scary claws with my fingers and I raised my arms high in the air. Then I ran at those 2 like a whiz. Ah! I screeched. I'm Screamy the Clown! I'm Screamy the Clown! They stopped very fast and watched me with their eyes. I ran all around them in a circle. Ah! 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 I screamed. Then finally, I got dizzy and I stopped to take a breather. While I breathed, I made a scary clown face. Grrr, I said. Grrr. Cinderella looked at the fairy godmother. Do clowns say grrr, she said. The fairy godmother shrugged her shoulders. What did she say her name was again? Cinderella thought for a second. Creamy, she said. I think she said Creamy the Clown. I stamped my foot. Not Creamy, Screamy, I hollered. I'm Screamy the Clown, and I can scare the pants off of you. Then I made more claws, and I jumped up and down, very frightening. Boo, I shouted. Boo, and I mean it. And they looked at each other and did more shrugs. Cinderella started walking again. Sorry, Creamy, but you're just not scary, she said. The fairy godmother nodded. You're making a fool out of yourself, sister, she said. Then she bonked me on the head with her wand, and she started walking too. I stood there real glum. Pretty soon, Mother and Ollie caught up with me. Mother said I am acting like a lunatic, and I have to stay with her and Ollie. Then she held my suspenders so I couldn't run away anymore. My shoulders slumped very much. Yeah, only why would I even run away again? 'Cause I can't scare a flea, I tell you. I glanced down at my big fat pants. I look like a clown in this getup, I said. I did not feel brave anymore. Finally, Mother let go of my suspenders and she held my hand. I walked real slow and nervous, and I looked for monsters in the dark. Also, I swatted at the air over my head, or else a bat might land in my clown wig. Mother kept on pulling on me. Come on, Junie B, move your feet, she said. And just then, I heard voices behind me. And I quick spun around, and oh no, it was a witch. A witch was behind me on the sidewalk, and she was walking with a skeleton guy. I quick yanked my hand away from Mother, and I dived in a bush. Scatter, people, scatter, I yelled. Junie B, come back, called Mother. My heart pounded and pounded, but I did not go back. Instead, I crouched into a teensy clown ball and I peeked through the bush branches. The witch was wearing a pointy black witch hat and a long black dress. She passed Mother on the sidewalk. Hello, said Mother. Moo, said Ollie. The witch laughed at him. I think he means boo, she said to the skeleton. Then both of them laughed some more and they kept on walking. I flopped on my back, very relieved. Whew, that was a close one, I said. Then I wiped my nervous head and I tried to calm my breathing. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden, Mother came running around the bush and she got me by my suspenders again. And this time, she didn't let go. Chapter 8 is called Candy. Dear little candy wrapper that I am writing on with my new pencil. Halloween was a very long night. After the witch, we saw 2 monsters and 3 more witches. Witches are big candy eaters, apparently. I hid behind Mother till they were gone. Ollie mooed at them. Cows are braver than they look. from Junie B. Jones. After I finished writing, I pulled off my clown nose and I did a big breath of fresh air. I'm glad that night is over, I said, real relieved. And just then, Grandpa Miller came in my room to say goodbye. He and Grandma were going to the airport to pick up my daddy from his business trip. Only bad news, because Daddy wouldn't get home until after I was asleep, so I couldn't even see him until morning. I hugged Grandpa really tight, and I gave my trail mix for him to eat in the car. Frank Miller will eat anything. Mother was giving Ollie a bath. I dumped my Halloween bag out of my bed, and I lined up my stuffed animals to look at it. Whoa, said Raggedy Andy named Larry. You got 1 million candy bars almost. Yes, said my Raggedy Ann named Ruth. Too bad about the dumb apples and raisins, but the rest of it looks good. I know it, I said. Mother took Ollie and me on 4 entire streets. It was very scary, but I made a good haul. Philip looked at me kind of surprised. It was scary, he asked. How come it was scary? I thought you were being screamy. I sighed, very tired. Yeah, only nobody was afraid of screaming. Not even a fisherman, or dumb Cinderella, or her crazy old fairy godmother. And after that, all my stuffed animals hopped in my lap, and we did a big group hug. Don't worry, said Philip Johnny Bob. You will be braver next year, I bet. I nodded yes. I said, next year, I will be a cow. And after that, I started to count my candy. Philip did a gasp. Peanuts, he said. Is that peanuts I see? I did a giggle. Then I opened up the peanuts and I put them in Philip's trunk. It fell out again. Shoot, said Philip. I tried 2 or 3 more times. Then I took them to my desk and I taped the peanut in there. He said, delicious. After that, I gave a peanut to Larry and Ruth and Teddy, and I ate the rest myself. Also, I ate a gummy worm, and I chewed a pack of sugarless gum. After a while, Mother called to me from Ollie's room. Junie B, did you wash your face and take off your costume yet? It's really late, honey. You've got to get to bed. I shut my door very quiet, because I was too sleepy to wash my face, that's why. I quick took off my clown pants, and I crawled under my covers. I'm already in bed, Mother, I called back. I yawned very sleepy. I'm going to sleep now, okay? See you in the morning. Then I turned out my light, and I pulled the sheet way over my head so Mother wouldn't see that I didn't wash my face. My eyes felt heavy and pooped. I did another yawn. Then I went right to sleep, and I dreamed that I was a cow. Chapter 9 is called Welcome Home.
What you got